What's up, guys? I know it's been quite a minute since we put out a video, specifically one for Final Fantasy VII. Your boy's been taking a little bit of a break, hanging out with some family, and also playing a lot of Call of Duty, which I should talk about in a video because there are some things that I feel heavily obligated to mention. But in addition to all that, we do got some Final Fantasy VII stuff to talk about, which is exciting because the ESRB rating has dropped for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. For those that don't know, the ESRB rating is the rated T for teen or M for mature ratings that go on the front of video games that GameStop employees try to utilize to prevent kids from playing games. Shout out to you, GameStop employee, who like 12 years ago, I think it was. How long ago was that? No, it would have been 18, 12 years ago. I think I was like 16 years old and I was trying to buy God of War. The collection had just came out when I was in high school. It was rated M because, you know, the collection does feature some nudity. They did not want me to buy this game, even though I pre-ordered and registered to get it myself. When I went to go pick it up, we were forced to go back home, get my friend's older sister, who was like 20 at the time, to get the game for us. But we finally got one for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's rated T for teen. It's going to be having blood, language, mild suggestive themes, use of alcohol, tobacco, and violence. Use of alcohol and tobacco. I mean, this is guaranteed to be Sid action right there, right? And the use of alcohol, maybe goddamn tea is actually Twisted Tea. Who knows? Just kidding. We're going to go to a bunch of bars in this game. The Gold Saucer is a giant adult playground. It is what it is. Now, the rating summary reads, this is an action role-playing game in which players follow the story of a mercenary, Cloud Strife, on a quest to save the planet from evil. Players explore fantasy landscapes, perform missions, and battle monsters and soldiers in frenetic melee combat. Characters use S-words, staffs, guns, and magic spells to fight monsters and human soldiers. Combat is highlighted by impact sounds, cries of pain, and explosion. Cutscenes depict further instances of violence, sometimes with splatters or pools of blood. For Final Fantasy VII Remake, that wasn't the case, and a lot of people were upset about that, but we'll talk about that just now. Characters being impaled or slashed by swords, sometimes with slow motion effects. Also, if you've been loving the Final Fantasy content and coverage and you're waiting for more to absolutely come your way, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can stay up to date and not miss out on any of that stuff, while also helping to raise that 38% subbed even higher. Let's hit that 50%, guys. We're almost there. Oh, and by the way, we have BltzZ merch right now in the store. We're going to be uploading more outfits as well to that, so feel free to check it out below the video. Right down below, there's a link that you can click directly leading to our store, and there's all kinds of other assortments there. That's clothes for babies, even accessories, all kinds of goodies, not just clothing. Feel free to check it out and also comment any suggestions you would love to see in there. I'm always happy to add more for you guys. We do see a slash in the Summer Games Fest trailer. Towards the end, there's a segment where Tifa shows up and we see her get slashed by Sephiroth in slow motion, with her like outfit being also getting torn and tattered from it too. An assassin throwing a spinning blade at a target or a targeted figure, definitely Yuffie. Characters being shot by soldiers. Some female characters are designed with revealing outfits, example deep cleavage. Suggestive dialogue, sometimes accompanied by camera panning up or close-ups of characters' bodies and outfits, example just admitted you're obviously captivated by my bodacious beach bod. All right, who do you guys think in the comments? I want to hear from you guys. Who is throwing out this bodacious beach bod line? I didn't know ESRB ratings like went into this much detail about this. I can't wait to see who says that. Hopefully it's Hojo. The game contains some alcohol content as Cloud, and players can drink a version of moonshine while at a bar. There we go. Cutscenes sometimes feature drunk characters slurring their speech. A handful of scenes depict characters smoking cigars or out of hookahs. The words shite, asshole, and prick appear in the game. Shit and asshole, we heard that regularly. I mean, Cloud mentions it a lot in combat as well. Prick is an interesting one. I wonder who's going to be saying that. Maybe Barrett? I feel like Barrett's going to say that about Rufus. I feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like that's a thing. But there we go. Those are the ratings right there. Let's actually go back and talk about a few of these things, right? So jumping back and talking about the splatters or pools of blood. This was a big deal in Final Fantasy VII Remake. When the game released, a lot of people were upset that the iconic scene in the Shinra Tower where Genova's like blood trail is like leading you through and towards President Shinra's office was replaced with this alien purplish blood, which did change a lot of like what the original, like the mood is supposed to be. It's supposed to be really eerie and off-putting. This is in the original game. When you actually make your way back towards where Genova is being kept, you see like she's obviously broken out and blood is everywhere. There's dead bodies all over the place. Like there weren't any like dead bodies laying around in chapter 17. And for the PS1 era, there was another game that also did something very similar like this. It was the Metal Gear Solid 1 when Gray Fox, the first encounter with Gray Fox going into Otacon's office, there was like dead bodies and just destruction leading up all the way to there, which was definitely an iconic scene as well. And like right here, you see the blood trail is constantly leading you towards where Genova went and to further the story, which I thought was a really cool detail. I always love the slashes on the wall here, but unfortunately that wasn't a thing in this one, and fans have went as far as like to mod it into the game to where this was actually red and blood instead of it just being like the purple goo, which I mean it looks cool-ish, but it's just not what it kind of removes a really iconic memory and moment from the game for not just myself, but I'm sure a lot of people would agree in the comments. I do have a spoiler alert warning right here for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, the intermission, the Yuffie DLC, but at the very end of that, we did see some blood get splattered right here actually. Sonong does get impaled and blood comes out of his mouth, but he also has a reaction to this and it actually gets shot onto Yuffie's face. Actually, that's what it was. He got poked again. It's a really emotional scene right there, but that does happen in Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission. If we remember, when that DLC was releasing, we did see the rated T for teen did mention blood, which a lot of people were excited about because, you know, there wasn't really that much of it in Final Fantasy VII Remake or any at all. Now, when it comes to the pool of blood that is being mentioned here, that could also be like a Cosmo Canyon thing when you go to fight the Gi tribe in the Cosmo Cave at the very bottom. At the very end of it, you come across this pool of blood, right? On both sides, which I'm assuming is blood, but going through right here, characters impaled or slashed by sword. So the slash by sword we have right here, it's actually this moment from the Summer Games Fest trailer. Slashed in slow motion, just as they've mentioned specifically right there, with slow motion effects. The characters being impaled or slashed by swords, that could be a lot of things, right? A lot of people are seeming to go straight towards the end of disc 1, where that big moment where the character does get impaled. They've said many times that the end of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be a massive cliffhanger. So I don't think we'll get to see any of that or anything like that happening. I think that won't be the case. And instead, there's lots of other moments where things and people do get impaled, and that could very well be mentioned. I mean, it happens a lot in combat, and you know, Sephiroth does do it in the flashback a couple times, right? Tifa's father, right before like there, that's why Tifa has the sword, is because she found it impaled into her father. So that could be a thing. Jumping forward right now, assassin throwing a spinning blade at targeted figure. Obviously, Yuffie, there's no question about that. Characters being shot by soldiers, that happens on a regular in this game. Some female characters are designed to be wearing revealing outfits and deep cleavage. So we see that we get to go to Costa del Sol, which is a beach town right after the Junon area where you cross over with the boat. Very high key likely that we're going to see characters. We don't know if the party will be changing outfits. That'd be really cool if they do, but definitely going to be seeing all kinds of characters, NPCs wearing bathing suits, so deep cleavage is a thing. Also could just be Scarlet. Suggestive dialogue sometimes accompanied with the camera panning and closing up of characters' bodies and outfits. Just admitting you're obviously captivated by my bodacious beach bod. And shoutouts to Old Man Sakaki for this. Most definitely, I think this could be a very hilarious moment containing Hojo. I mean, I said as much right here. Shoutouts to Baby Seal. He was like, bodacious beach bod line, definitely Hojo. Let's put this face over this photo right here. I think we're cooking. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think that could be? Could be Johnny. Some people I saw on Twitter were saying it might be Johnny. I don't know, but that's hilarious. I really want to see who the hell is going to be that character that says that. The game contains some alcohol content, as Cloud and players can drink through a version of moonshine. I wonder if it'll be like, you know, when you drink in Red Dead Redemption during that one mission, part 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, and it gets the camera gets all warped and you just get like super smashed. That would be so hilarious if they did that with the characters. Cutscenes feature characters that are drunk and slurring their speech. We saw that with Johnny's father in the Honeybee Inn. In the Honeybee Inn, Johnny's dad is there's a little mini game with him where you got to help him guess the shape of which the Honeybee Inn girl is making with her butt, and he's like super drunk and slurring his speech there. So that's a very regular thing that we already saw. The biggest things are that they impaled, the slashing of characters, the splatter and pools of blood. Very dope, very cool stuff. Get to see some of the more iconic moments come back into the fold for Final Fantasy VII. Well, the remake series as a whole. Handful of scenes, the big characters smoking cigars out of hookahs. Hookahs specifically being mentioned is interesting. I wonder if that's like a Dio thing. Like, most definitely a gold saucer moment, but like hookahs? All right, cool. And the words shit, asshole, and prick appear in the game. Man, we're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer. We're approaching a little under 4 months now, about 3.5 months until Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is here and available for us to play. And I just want time to fly by even sooner. There's also some more details to talk about as far as interviews goes. Recently, the devs have been doing a worldwide tour. I mean, they went from New York. They went from LA to New York, the UK. They've been going all over, traveling, Tokyo Game Show, just promoting and talking about the game, doing interviews. And there's a lot of interviews to talk about, and it's just been kind of like overwhelming to like cover and like make videos on. I mean, I still will if you guys want that, but I just feel like it's just so much. I just want the game to come out so I can actually play it right now and enjoy it for myself. I'm not like worried about getting spoiled or having things ruined for me, because in this day and age, as being a content creator, it comes with the territory. You're gonna get spoiled for things. It's gonna happen. Just accept it rather than just getting frustrated at people that what they want to do is frustrate you. So devs have been really excited, and we haven't even seen the full game yet, you know, and it's just so reassuring to see how much they are excited about talking about this game. And I love learning all the new details and whatnot, but man, I want some more footage. I want some more gameplay, and I want to actually be able to play the game again. So I feel like after I left Vegas, after being invited and playing the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo, getting my hands to officially get onto the game, I feel like there's just a hole left in me. Like I feel like nothing I play after that has been able to give me the same feelings that I was feeling back then, and I just want to do it again. Please. But a lot of fun stuff to talk about. I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. Who do you guys think is going to be the bodacious beach bod having ass person? Most definitely Hojo in my book. Please, I hope that would be hilarious. But that wraps it up for this video. There's a lot of cool stuff to talk about. We're gonna be pumping that out soon, so stay tuned for that, guys. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new. More Final Fantasy videos are coming out because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and you don't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.